Oh yeah. All the parts I ordered for the Fat Bob to get her set up for my trip out to the Midwest Moto Meet-up in Illinois starting to come in. It's like Christmas around here. I've really been looking forward to getting this package in. This is actually the second attempt to get these. I ordered these to help with the storage from Get Lowered, and unfortunately UPS lost my first shipment and they said, don't worry about it, man, we're shipping another one out to you right now. And they're here. What are they? Let's check it out. Hells yeah, I got a set of Thrashin Escape Bags. Yep, gonna throw these on the bike to use as saddlebags for part of my storage solution for the trip out. It looks like the install is fairly straightforward. I'm gonna need to take off my Kuyo bag and say goodbye to that bag until I get back from the trip. But Thrashin actually sends you a set of instructions, and I'll put an image of these up because this is the one thing I was looking for when I was doing my research, and they'll make them available online. So here you go. So they also ship some mounts. In this case, I've got 4 for the 2018 and above Softails. And these mounts actually go in between the strut and the fender. And then it allows you to use the slits in the bottom of these to use the Velcro straps to kind of keep the bags tightened up. So I'm going to go ahead and throw these on real quick, and then we'll do a close-up of how they look. I should be set. All I need now is to get my seat bag on as soon as that comes in, and I'll be good to go. So that was a little bit from a video that I shot prior to leaving for the Midwest Moto Meet-up out in Grafton, Illinois. I didn't get that video out. I just wanted to give you kind of first impressions and talk about the installation of the bags. But now that I'm back after having ridden 2,500 miles using the Thrashin Escape Bags, I wanted to give you a kind of a more thorough review, talk about some of the kinks with the installation process, as well as show you the damage that the bags did to my exhaust, which is hugely unfortunate. So I've had a lot of people that have been sending me messages and comments asking specific things about the bags. So let me go ahead and try to answer those questions in this video as we kind of go through this. So as you can see, I've already removed the bags as I was going through the cleaning process and everything. One of the questions that I did have from one of the subscribers to the channel was about potential paint damage to the fender, since the bags lay over the fender with an adjustable yoke with Velcro. So let me get the seat off, and then we'll kind of talk through that and then talk through the installation. So as you can tell from the video here, there are no scratches or swirl marks or anything in the paint. The material that Thrashin uses on the bottom of that yoke is padded and really soft, so I didn't expect to see anything there. So I was very happy that that worked out that way. Now, as far as installation, let's talk a little bit about those mounting brackets I mentioned in the first part of this video. Those brackets on each side go here and here. The challenge is that they need to go behind the strut in front of the fender, so it's got to slide between the two. That's not an easy thing to do. The only way I was able to get those up in there was to take a plastic pry tool and pull it down this way to kind of push the fender inwards a little bit to flex it in order to get these to slide up. Now, there are holes in these that need to align with the hole in the strut and in the fender. There's also a piece underneath the fender here that runs from here to here that provides the female thread for the bolts to thread into. You have to pull this piece back in order to slide these up, get all the holes aligned, and then push this back through the holes in the fender, the adapter, And I don't think it actually goes into the strut, but it'll actually go just to the outside of the adapter. Then you put the bolts in, and these are really sturdy. The purpose of these is to take the Velcro that's attached to the Thrashin bags, loop it through the slit in this, pull it back, and then attach it to the bottom of the bag so that the bag doesn't flop in and out while you're riding. This was by far the most difficult part of the installation. So the first part of putting the bags on, after you get the adapters up installed between the fender and the strut, or to loop the Velcro straps through those, pull them back around the bottom of the bag where they'll attach. You'll note here that I had a bit of rubbing here, and the waterproof rubber backing started to rub off, and that was from the holdfast connector there. Got a little rubbing on the corner up here. That was from the sissy bar. And then the bag rubbed some paint off the back of my, my turn signal. So once you get this part done, what you're going to do is bring these up, attach the other one, adjust the yoke to pull them tight, and then you'll reach underneath the bag and pull the Velcro really tight to make sure that it stays up against the bike. Here you can see how the bags look before I put the seat back on the bike to cover the yoke. The yoke actually is comprised of the pieces coming off of the bags. They attach with Velcro, and you adjust the tension on these two pieces in order to pull the bags up and have them set flush with the bike as well as even. When I initially set these bags up, I had about 1.5 inches or so of clearance on the right side bag from the bottom of the bag to the top of the exhaust. I did check that gap at a few points during the trip and didn't see that it had lessened to any degree. However, if you look at this photograph that I took on the way home, it was probably about 400 miles away from the end of the trip. You can clearly see the bag is dropped down and is resting on the tip of the exhaust, on the upper muffler. Here you can see the damage that the melting Velcro did to the tip and the back part of the finish of my Reinhardt exhaust. Not happy about that at all. Here you can see the piece of the Velcro that actually melted. That's all smooth. It didn't burn all the way through. Just the grippy part of the Velcro melted onto the exhaust. And the only thing I can think of, because I didn't have a lot of weight in these, I had my tool roll, my lock, and a few other things. It was about 5.5 pounds of stuff that I had in here. And the only thing that I can think of is that the bottom piece has a piece of cardboard or something in it to keep it flat. The problem is it's not attached to the sides. So what I think happened was at some point on that last leg home, and I don't know, maybe I can't remember if I put anything else in the bag or not, but I think that pressure forced this piece down. And because it's not attached, it's just this bottom piece is going to flex out, and that's when that hit against the exhaust and melted. Like I said, I'm really not happy about that. I think I can probably replace the tip on the exhaust, but part of the finish is definitely going to be messed up. Hey Thrashin, if you're watching this, I'd suggest maybe a slight design change so that the rigid piece here comes all the way down and back up as one piece so that you won't have the bottom part of the bag flexing out. That, I think, would have prevented this from happening. That's my 2 cents anyway. You guys design the products, I just use them and buy them. So there you have it, Thrashin Supply Escape Bags for the 2018 and above Fat Bob. Overall, what I think about the bags, they were great. They did exactly what I needed them to do. Would I buy them again? Probably not. To be honest, I probably could have gotten away with the essential bags. They're a little smaller. They're 1 inch shorter, so that definitely would have kept them off the pipe. I didn't need all the space that I had on these. If it weren't for the fact that I kept my upswept exhaust, I'd probably buy these, no question. So if you've replaced your exhaust and you've got that linear horizontal exhaust type of a setup, these are great bags. If you have kept your upswept exhaust, then I probably would not get these. If you do get them, you got to make sure that you've got them as tight as you can. You need to allow for flex on that bottom plate that's going to give, like I talked about. If you do that, then you're probably good to go. But for me, it's, you know, it's not worth the risk for sure. So those are my thoughts on the bags. Oh, the one other little design suggestion that I'd have for Thrashin is on the zippers. The zipper pulls are great, the zippers are great, but you really ought to put the type of zippers that interconnect and you can put a small lock through, just because I'm one of those nervous people and I don't like leaving my stuff unlocked. And yeah, I know those little locks can be cut fairly easily, but they'll at least do a good job of keeping an honest person honest and eliminating those incidences of just opportunity theft. I hope this video helped some of you guys out. I think I got all the questions that I've been asked answered during these. If not, leave a comment down below. I'll be more than happy to answer any other questions you might have. So you guys have a great weekend. Get out and ride, stay safe. Peace.